WSGI. And this is Wednesday. This is Lee Marie with the Go Show. And let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much. You are an amazing God, and we are so grateful for your protection, for your wisdom, for your discernment, for your perfect will, your perfect timing. Thank you for taking this show where you want it to go. May everything we do and say glorify you. We love you. We praise you. We need you. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen. All right. Hello, Pop. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Doing well.
Good. I'm so glad that you could come in today because you have such a great program planned for this coming Monday. So I wanted to make sure that you could come on and kind of give a little teaser on what you're going to be going over at the Tennessee Firearms Association, Robertson County Chapter Patriot Potluck. So it is this coming Monday, March 11th, and we start at 6 p.m. with our dinner and 6:30 with our program, and our featured speaker is Mr. Steve. So where would you like to start?
Well, about precious metals, like I was
Precious
saying.
metals.
Yeah. And precious metals to me started about 1975 when I started reloading ammo for a revolver I had.
Okay.
And so that was a 357, 38 special. And so I got the basic tools to do that and started buying the bullets, the brass, primers, gunpowder, all the little things that it takes to load ammo.
Okay.
And so that was my beginning. And I thank God for the precious metals, the lead, the copper, the brass, and the chemicals that go into making the gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
So it started back then for me. I've always been a shooter, a BB gun, air rifle, 22, before that when I was a child. So, and as a child, one of our neighbors, he was a reloader and a hunter. And so I was about 8 or 10 years old, and we'd wander around the neighborhood with no problem because there wasn't a crime back then. So I wandered over to his house, and he showed me his reloading room. This is many years ago. I was probably 8 or so, and 69 years ago or something like that. And so I saw his reloading presses and his powder and bullets and everything, and so he did it himself. So that speaked to me loudly that I was really interested in firearms.
Wow. So when you were 8 years old, you're like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, and after that, um, our granddaughter Bridget, when she was 7 or 8, I would take her out to little matches, and she would win trophies with a little 22. So she was 8.
Wow.
And so that's why I'm so interested in youth getting involved in shooting, to have especially competition where it's having a reason to own a firearm, not only for hunting or self-protection or whatever, but to have a legitimate reason to, these liberal people that are anti-gun. So anyway, that was beginning for me. I've done it for, I've been reloading for 48 years or so. And I enjoy it. It's fun. I've invested a lot of money into it because you upgrade as you go along, get better stuff. And 1979, I was introduced into competition shooting by a friend at work. And so that changed the world of reloading for me. That opened up a whole new world because the competition was steal animals at distances, known distances. So the long-range pistol shooting, silhouettes, is what was. The steal animals were life-size chickens at 50 meters, pigs at 100 meters, turkeys at 150 meters, and rams at 200 meters.
Wow.
Well, these are all heavy animals. The rams were 55 pounds and the pigs were 40 pounds. So you had to have a cartridge that would knock them down.
So these were
Otherwise,
metal targets?
it's steel.
Steel. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so you needed to have a cartridge that would do that. So that opened up the field of wildcatting, as they call it. Everybody in the world wanted to have a cartridge made and put their name on it.
Oh.
And so there's just hundreds and hundreds of different cartridges, and they're all the best according to the owner. So anyway, what I had done, I have loaded for 35 different cartridges in all these years. And some of them you can't buy, so you have to make your own cartridges out of existing cases. So out of the 35 I've been reloading, I had to make 15 different cases out of existing cases.
Wow.
So this is representative of some of the things I had to do. The first one, this is all scrap wood I turned at home.
And these aren't the real sizes, by the way.
No,
in
these
case
these
people
are
like,
just
what are you shooting?
just representative of
Yeah.
what we did.
We're like just like in Alice in Wonderland right
Yeah,
here. These are
right.
just
These are large representatives. These are not artillery.
some people like, oh darn.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, this one in my hand is a representative of a 30-30 Winchester. It's been around for 100 and some years, and so it's still going. So my first competition cartridge was called a 30 Harriet, which was a shortened 30-30 case. They moved the neck back down and shorten the case, trim it to 1 3/4 instead of 2 inches, as it originally was, to make it shoot in a 10-inch barrel or a 14-inch barrel. So that was my first one. I shot that for a number of years. Then all the new cartridges came out for silhouette shooting, and so everybody jumped on the bandwagon, as myself. So then I had to get. This is representative of a 223 5.56. Everybody knows. Everybody has an AR in the state, I think. So what I would do, and everybody did, they would open this 22 caliber neck open up to a 6mm or a 7mm or a 30 caliber. So that's what we did back in those days. And I had a 7mm. They called it a TCU. It was a Thompson Center Ugalde. Some man, Wes Ugalde, developed this cartridge. You put his name on it. On Thompson Center Firearms chambered a lot of barrels in this, so this is what we used, and it was very efficient on the 200-meter rams. It would take them down. At that time, you needed about a 160-grain bullet, moving about 1,850 feet a second to reliably take down the rams. So that's what we used. And I shot it for years and years and years. I had a break open Thompson Center I used, and I had a bolt action Remington XP 100 I had chambered in a 7mm TCU. Very effective, very successful with that particular pistol. So it was an ongoing thing. Like I said, we get caught up in all the wildcatting. So the next newest thing, we'd jump on it, and that would be a lot of different 7mm, different 30 calibers, different firearms. We had different categories for shoot the competition. We had the revolver class. We had the conventional class, which would be a standard 10-inch barrel pistol. It didn't matter what it was. Had to be 4 pounds or under. Then we had an unlimited, which would be a 15-inch firearm barrel, 15-inch sight radius. We had the half size, which these targets were half size, which is very challenging. Then we had a standing class with a 10-inch barrel. Then we had an unlimited standing class with a 15-inch barrel with a scope on it. So we have all those in that category, and that was for long range pistol. Then we had other categories, which was a field pistol. These are half size targets at half the distance. So we had field pistol, hunter's pistol, we had a scope on them, we had iron sights. So some of these firearms would cross over to different classes. Some of them you had to make a different, buy a different pistol for that. So ongoing research and development for all these things. This sport started in 1976 or 75. It's left over from the Silhouette or the turkey actual animal shoot in Mexico, which were done with live animals back in the turn of the century. And these were at 200 meters, 300 meters, 385 meters, and 500 meters. And we often go to these specially matched to shoot those long distances with our pistols too. But anyway, that's where it came from Mexico, turn of the century, and it had evolved into a sport which was the NRA had a rifle disciplines they used. IHMSA, International Handgun Metallic Silhouette Association, was another one. NRA had the pistol championships themselves. So there's a whole bunch of opportunities to shoot. Being from California, we'd shoot year-round. We didn't have snow to deal with, in Southern California, that is. And so we could shoot year-round, really hone all of our disciplines. So it was a much more advantage than people living up north.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and that was, so it's been a long, fun road.
Mm-hmm.
And getting to travel around to different matches, to Arizona, Washington State, Oregon, all over California, Texas. So we had the opportunity to travel to shoot in some of these matches. So it was quite a bit of fun.
Mm-hmm.
At the peak, they had about 60,000 members, and so and that was a peak. About the mid 80s, and it has slowly died out because of lack of new shooters. Like everything happened, there's just.
And we were talking about not too long ago how the IDPA now is kind of getting some people enthused about competing again. The closest one to us is at the Royal Range, and they have that in Nashville. And matter of fact, this Thursday, tomorrow night, at 6, you can go watch that, and it doesn't cost anything to watch it. They have free parking, plenty of parking, and so that's the Royal Range. So you can look that up, and the International Defensive Pistol Association, the Average Joes is the title of their team, and so they're going to do a match. And so we're going to try to go out and watch that, and then hopefully get others excited about that as well, because like you said, for kids especially, they need a reason to be shooting, responsibly, and they learn so much, so many good things as far as, gun safety, and not to be afraid of it, but to respect it and to, treat it properly.
And have new voters.
Yes, exactly. So, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the advantages of reloading, because, I know that not everybody can, or, but if you have friends that have some of the, materials already, then you can maybe do some reloading with them. But there are a lot of advantages to being able to reload, as far as making some of them, really light loads or whatever for certain things. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes.
Okay.
In the shooting sports I've been involved in, they didn't make the cartridges, factory ammo for some of the things that would work, because you didn't want to use full factory rifle cartridges in a 15-inch barrel or a 10-inch barrel, because it's it's very inefficient. That's what I want to say. You can't burn all that powder in a short barrel. It needs a 20 or 24-inch barrel to shoot some of these cartridges that we needed to knock down the rams. So we take a cartridge and we shorten it, put it in a die, lube it up, anneal it with a torch, make it softer so it'll move the shoulder back, and then we can make it to the chamber dimensions that we have, and then we can load it with a certain burn rate powder that would burn in a 10-inch barrel or a 15-inch barrel. And we can not have all that recoil. I have shot a full-length 308 in a 4-pound pistol, and it's quite a handful. So it's not needed for this sport for 200 meters. 500 meters, yes. But for 200 meters, no. And that's where all the 7 millimeters, 6.5 millimeters became very popular. Less recoil, so many things that go into loading very accurate and powerful loads. And so I will, touch on that in Monday night too. But that's why I got into the world of reloading exotic cartridges, more precision cartridges that was needed, and that's why I did it. I had loaded for I can list them here, like 357, 30 Harriet, 7 Merrill, 7 Laser, 7 Laser Junior, 270 Max, 7 US, 7 International, 300 Whisper. That would be the Blackout. I was making those back in the 90s before it was called the Blackout. 300 Whisper rimmed that I own now. A 22-250 rifle, 308 rifle, 30-06 rifle. Freedom Arms revolver, which is 357, is totally different from reloading a standard 357. A 22 Hornet, 32-20, 223, 6 TCU, 7 TCU, 6 BR, 7 BR, 30 BR, a 380 9 millimeter, 9x23, 40 caliber, 10 millimeter, 45 auto, 45 Colt, 270 Ram, 256 Magnum, 44 Magnum, 44 Special, 480 Ruger, 32 H&R Magnum, 6.5 Bulldog.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So if that doesn't make you want to come to the TFA, he is clearly an expert in this field. And so he can answer a lot of questions for you. So make sure you write down all the questions that you want and bring them this Monday to the Tennessee Firearms Association. It's a Robertson County chapter, and we meet once a month. And that is the second Monday of every month. And I also just wanted to give you the website for the state TFA site. That's TennesseeFirearms.com. Again, it's TennesseeFirearms.com, because there's a lot of different chapters within the state of Tennessee. And so John Harris is the head of this. He does a fantastic job of keeping us abreast of what is going on and what we need to do. And so I highly recommend you all join the TFA, and you can go to that. And once you join one of the chapters, you also get an email, not only from that chapter, but you get also an email from the state as well. And they do have a gun owners lobby day coming up. I'm glad I just suddenly remembered that. Let me look that up. I believe that is April 2nd, and that is on a Tuesday. And what that is in the state of Tennessee, we get all of the different TFA chapters together, and we go and we talk to the legislators, and we go to the Capitol. And just so you know, you need to make sure that your voice is heard and that they can see the numbers of people that support our right to bear arms. If we lose our right to bear arms, we can lose every other right. It is so important. And so that's why we're, very big supporters of the Second Amendment. And we hope that you guys will consider being one as well. And what better way than to just come to the potluck this coming Monday? We have a great time. I mean, it's like, 50 people sometimes almost.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. So a lot of people think, oh, no, it's just like about, 10 guys in a room. No, it's not. It's like 50, and there's like half women and half men. And we have a big variety of speakers come. and everything from self-defense to obviously to ammo info, and it's not getting any cheaper, and there's definitely some good reasons to get educated about this right now. And also one thing that we did talk about, what was that? Was that the last one? Did Caleb come to the last one? I think he did.
Yes, he did.
So he was talking about how our schools used to be, shooting had classes for the kids, and there's only like a handful now, maybe even one in the county that does. And so the state actually pays for you to get hunter education certified so that you can be an instructor with the kids. And so I'm going to give that phone number real quick. That number is 615-781-6658. Again, that's 615-781-6658. And that is the phone number for Tasha. She's in charge of getting people signed up for the hunter's education. And it's not, just, it's mostly a gun safety class and how to shoot. It's like, what did they say? Like 8 hours of classroom time and then an hour of shooting?
I don't remember exactly. So,
So anyways, but we want to get some of this going. And so I know that there's several people in our chapter that are already signed up. What they do is I think they do like a whole weekend and at a hotel. And again, the state program does pay for the hotel and your training and everything. So this is definitely something that we need. And so I encourage you all to, you can also reach out to Caleb Stratton too, if you know him. He was our speaker at our last TFA meeting and talking about that. So, all right, well, we have like about 4 minutes left. So what do we want to tell our listeners in 4 minutes?
Well, reloading is a very expensive proposition anymore because the cost of components have gone up, 5 or 6 times what they were when I started.
Wow.
A pound of powder back then was like $8, and some of the exotic powders were like $20 a pound. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Now it's $50 and $60 a pound. So it doesn't really pay for somebody to reload because you're going to spend another $350 for reloading equipment. And then on top of that, all the components are very expensive now. The only reason you would want to do it is you shoot a lot of rifle cartridges, and that would pay off in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I already have everything, and I reload everything, and I have so much gunpowder at home I can't use it all. So there's about 160 brands of gunpowder you could use, different burn rates for different rifles, pistols, whatever. And I have 42 different types of gunpowder. So I've been reloading a long time, so I've accumulated that and used all that for different cartridges. So, but for your 9mm 40, if you're just going to go out and shoot a box, it's no big deal. You just spend your $20, $25 or whatever for a box of ammo. But for reloading, no, it's not worth it. So.
Unless, of course, they stop selling ammo one day.
Well, people are stockpiling all this.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Okay, no, that's great. So anyways, you can come out this Monday to the American Legion in Greenbrier, and I will give that address because I know we do have some new people in town. It's 2730 Highway 41 in Greenbrier. And we're going to do our potluck theme is going to be St. Patrick's. So you can bring some corned beef or cabbage or carrots or stuff like that, or something green, and wear green. And we will eat at 6, and at 6:30 we will have our program, and then we will have. We always have some people that get together and they say, "Hey, you know what? Let's go practice here, or let's go practice there." Like, in fact, I know you've been out a couple times practicing with some people since our last meeting.
Yeah, I went out with Pat Samler and her grandson and her son-in-law.
Yeah, so you guys did some outdoor.
Two grandsons, yeah, two
That's
grandsons.
right. You did some outdoor shooting, and then also you did some outdoor shooting at the range over, what was that range?
The
Out in, was that Ashland?
Wildlife Reserve.
Wildlife Reserve?
Yeah,
Okay.
TWR.
All right. And then, of course, we're always going and practicing at our local Guns and Leather right there in Greenbrier. But this Thursday night, you can go to Royal Range in Nashville and check them out because there's going to be a match down there. And then, of course, the 2A ladies, the Second Amendment ladies, they're going to be meeting on the second Saturday of every month right here in Greenbrier. So if you missed that interview, you can Google Laverne interviewed Tiffany Battles about that. And so you can get all the information on the 2A ladies. So anyways, lots of great information. I'm going to go ahead and do a commercial break as we swap out our guests. Thank you so much for coming in, and we appreciate all your knowledge. And again, these are not real size bullets. They are made large just for the presentation.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right. Thanks so much. All right. We're going to bring in our next guest while I do a commercial break here. So let's go ahead and hear about our favorite place to go and get our packages packed.
Hi there, this is Tom Fox, and my family and I are the new owners at the UPS store in Springfield, Tennessee. We can help you with all your packing and shipping needs. I have our assistant manager, Daniel Sweeten, here with me, who's one of the friendly faces greeting you when you come in. Tell us about the print shop, Daniel.
We're a one-stop print shop for all your personal and business needs. We can copy, print, scan, finish, and do just about anything you can imagine we can print. We also do wide format printing, such as blueprints, yard signs, banners, and we also do business cards, flyers, invitations, and booklets.
Our hours are 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 Saturday, and noon to 5 on Sunday.
Our shredding service is normally $1.59 a pound. This month we're slashing it in half to 79 cents a pound. We also have 20% off our wide format printing for the entire month.
We're located next to HD Hills at 513 Memorial Boulevard. Just look for the blue awning. Come by and see us, because it's always a great day at the UPS store.
All right. I am back in studio, and so much information there, I tell you. I filled in for U-Turn Laverne this morning, and so I'm now going on my second hour in a row here. But I love talking to all these people, and I'm glad that you guys joined us. And right now, I have in studio Heather and Roger Dunn, right, from Coldstream Camp. So right here in Adams?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And I know that they have some things coming up, and so I said, well, why don't you come in and tell everybody about that. So I'm super glad that you were both able to join me today. And let me get the camera on you guys. There you go. All right. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
It's been a little while, hasn't it?
It has been a little while.
So what is new in your world at Coldstream?
We have a ton going on right now. This is obviously gearing up to be our busiest season. We have our summer camps coming up. That ranges basically about 5 weeks. Staff training starting on June 13th, and we have 4 weeks of camp. We have a day camp for those who are looking just for a day camp. And then we have overnight elementary, middle, and high school camps.
Oh, wow.
And they're great. They're a place that people can, the kids can come and they can have fun, but more importantly, they're going to hear about Jesus while they're out there.
Now, who puts on these camps?
These camps we put on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. We hire the staff. We bring them all in.
Oh, okay.
So that we're in the midst of that.
And speaking of staff, we need especially college male counselors.
And female. But
and female.
both.
But every camp needs college male counselors. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So what age counselors are you looking for?
basically they need to be 18 and they need to have graduated high school or are graduating high school.
Okay.
So they can serve as what's called a senior staff in that capacity.
Okay. So either 18 now or
18 or older, yeah.
Okay. Or graduating in May of this year?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So if they're 17 but they're graduating in May, they're okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, definitely.
And how many do you need?
Ish. We
Ish.
probably need at least 10 or 12 more.
Wow.
Yeah, we're still looking.
Yeah, with both male and female.
Right.
Okay.
Combined, yeah.
Okay, for male.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so once again, what are the dates for those?
So staff training starts on June 13th.
Okay.
and then we have consecutive weeks. And when we say a week, it begins on Monday and ends on Friday, so your weekends are off.
Okay.
We have quite a few counselors that have weekend jobs that still come and work during the week, and it's just an opportunity to come and just be a positive influence, in a kid's life. So definitely reach out to us. The best way for all of these things that we're going to talk about today, calling us either at 615-696-2208, or visiting us on our Facebook page, and that's Coldstream Christian Camp. So that would be on Facebook. We're also on Instagram.
Okay.
But that's taking up a lot of our time. However, we've got some stuff coming up even sooner than that
Ooh.
that we are excited about. This Monday, March 11th, we have, in partnership with the Stephen A. Cohen Military Family Clinic at Centerstone in Clarksville, we are hosting at Coldstream a youth mental health first aid training. And I personally went through this training several months ago with the trainers that are going to be doing this. And mental health, I think we can all agree it is something that is such a huge issue. And oftentimes, unfortunately, it's an issue that gets kind of swept under the rug. We don't want to deal with it, or it, maybe it gets misdiagnosed, or whatever the case may be. The purpose of this workshop is to really prepare you to step in if needed in a situation, a crisis situation. And you're not serving as a counselor or anything like that. It's just like regular first aid and CPR that you would perform on somebody. You're trying to help save their life. And so you're going to learn techniques on what you can do to help de-escalate situations. And then a big part of it is trying to de-escalate it, but then getting them the help that they need. And I know for our Christian community out there, I feel strongly that getting them connected with the church and potentially pastoral counseling. Not everybody's going to choose that though, and that's okay. We still need to demonstrate that there are those resources out there.
And the word does not go back, or does not come back void.
Right, right.
No,
You're
it does
getting it
not.
out there.
So what's really important about this to know is that this is open to the general public.
Okay.
So anyone can come to this.
And I see that the course is valued at $170, but how much are they able to take it for on Monday?
Free.
It's
Free.
absolutely free.
Yes.
my
So this
goodness.
is something Coldstream is offering to the public, to the greater community. If there's anybody who just works with young adults, youth leaders, we're looking for anybody that already works with kids and it deals in the, interacting with children and young adults. It would be a good thing for them
All
to
right.
take.
Now, is the link for this on your Facebook page?
Yes. Basically, what will happen, you fill out an interest form on our Facebook page,
Okay.
and then the trainers will see that, and they will send you the registration link. And again, and lunch is provided that day. So you just come, you learn, you participate, and you gain a valuable skill that could end up saving somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Wow, that's wonderful. I wish I could make it that whole time. 8:30 to 4:30.
Yeah, I know that's a challenge for a lot of people. I mean, that's an entire work day. It's something that we know we're gonna sort of block some people out. But if you can at all take that time, we definitely would love to fill up the room. We can take up to 30 people.
Okay.
We still have
Plenty of
slots available. So yeah, don't hesitate. Go online today, get it filled out, and come and yeah,
Awesome.
just
Very good. Excellent. I love this. I'm definitely going to forward this on to some people. Is this a copy for me?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Excellent. All right. And I'll have Laverne mention it later this week as well. Nice. Okay. What else do you got?
So the other event that we have coming up, we're very excited about as well. We are hosting at Coldstream our first ever youth fishing rodeo,
Ooh.
and we're going to have it on April 20th. This is going to be in partnership with TWRA. They're going to have some of their officers out there helping, not only providing information about Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, but also just helping to educate people and helping them to just have an enjoyable experience fishing. For some youth, maybe you've never fished before, and that's okay. There will be people there who have that can help you. For those of you who are experienced, then that's great as well. Come on out. Coldstream. Many people don't realize where our camp is, number one, but number two, we have a lake on the property, and we have a volunteer biologist that has taken care of our lake and stocked it, and yeah, it's an amazing place to fish. So what you need to do for this event is, again, go to our Facebook page. That's kind of where we're directing people. There is an event created on the Facebook page, and you can fill out the form. This time, it's the only form that you have to fill out. There's not going to be another one, but it just lets us know, hey, we're going to come. This is how many people we're going to have, because again, lunch will be provided for you. Registration on site will start at 9:30. So if you don't get a chance to register online, just show up and we'll get you registered. And then fishing will take place from 10 till 2. Obviously, you don't have to fish the entire time, but you can. There will be prizes that are given.
What age youth is this for?
So it is going to be 5 to 16. I misprinted on this particular flyer, but 5 to 16.
Okay.
And everybody's going to be fishing all at the same time, but when we award the prizes, we're going to award it more age group.
Okay. And are there still sponsorship opportunities?
There are definitely still sponsorship opportunities.
And how can they help in that regard?
They can definitely help either through monetary donations, which will help us have more prizes. They could also help through in-kind donations. Maybe it's food, or maybe it's donations for prizes. Good prizes might be new fishing poles that we can give out to the youth. It might be, just anything to do with the outdoors and conservation.
All right.
This would be a great way for somebody in the area that has always wondered what about our camp to come and experience the beauty of our lake. It's a beautiful lake. It's very well stocked. It's taken care of quite well. And the people who come have always been surprised at how well it's taken care of. So this would be a great opportunity.
That's a good point. Now, the kid camps that you're doing, are those after this?
Correct.
So this is a great way to kind of, especially because kids a lot of times everybody's kind of afraid the first time they go somewhere.
Right.
So if you take them there and they have a fabulous time, and then you say, well, and guess what else? You can go hang out for a whole week.
Yes, and you can actually walk by our cabins and things like that this on that Saturday.
Oh,
so you would
tour?
see,
Oh, okay.
you would get to see where you would stay or what you would be doing. We have an obstacle course on campsite, so a challenge course, things like that are all will be open. That won't be open to the public, but you'll be able to see it that day.
Oh, okay.
So you can see the
Great.
other elements of camp that you would get to participate in while you were there.
Very nice. Now, if somebody does want to just come out and visit your camp, are there certain hours just normally that they can tour, or do they need to just call and arrange that with you?
It would be best if they called and arranged a tour.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Yeah, and again, that number to call is 615-696-2208.
And are there particular days or hours that you prefer to do these tours?
I would say during normal business hours, if possible. I can definitely make exceptions if somebody's working and they can't get out there until
Mhm.
dinner time or something like
Are
that.
you? Do you have an office there? Like, are you always there, like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, or?
Yeah, we have a house on site.
Okay.
So we live on site. I most of the time work out of a home office. I do have an office at the camp itself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely give us a call. We would love to show you camp and answer any questions that you have about it. And in addition to our summer camp,
Mhm.
we also outside of summer we offer the facilities to rent to
Mm.
groups. We have a campground that we offer rental to larger groups, and then we have a couple of smaller places that are ideal for smaller like staff retreats or even families.
Ah, okay. Wow. And I imagine, like, right now, especially with all the people, just being connected to their electronics,
Mhm.
I think that it's even so much more important right now to have camps,
Absolutely.
because, when I was a kid, we were outside the whole time, riding bikes,
Mhm.
riding skateboards, climbing in trees, getting muddy. And now everybody's just connected to either a
Right.
phone, a
And we don't
tablet.
allow the
Oh.
kids to have their phones or
Hallelujah.
devices at camp. We don't even allow the staff to carry their
Oh, nice.
only certain staff carry a
Ah.
phone.
Wow, that's a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
So the counselors have to be willing to focus on the kids.
That is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. And do you get some pushback in the beginning, like what? From like the kids? No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not typically.
Not
good.
typically,
No,
no.
it's a I think it's something that we communicate ahead of time to
Ah.
families when they register,
Very
and
good.
Yeah, and we tell their parents to take their phones home with them.
Oh, okay.
We don't
okay.
let them keep it
Great.
when they arrive.
Great. Wow. Well, everybody needs to sign their kids up for a camp this summer.
Yeah.
So now, do you have the dates again for
I
what
do.
age levels or what?
So our day camp is going to run June 17th through the 21st.
Okay, 17th to the 21st of June, and that's a
Yep.
day camp.
And
So
that's
that is
9
just
to 4.
9 to 4, Monday
And
through
lunch
Friday.
is included.
Okay, and that's for what ages?
That is for kindergarten, first, second grade,
okay.
entering kindergarten, first, second graders.
Okay, entering K to 2. Okay.
And then we have our elementary overnight, which would be the June 24th to June 28th.
Okay. Elementary, and that's overnight. So they stay Monday through Friday,
Correct. They
Yes.
get dropped off on Monday and they stay until Friday.
and those ages are
Third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade, rising into those grades.
okay. Going into all right. Got it.
And then the following week is the first week of July, and we do the middle school camp
Okay.
overnight,
All right.
rising into sixth and seventh graders.
Okay.
Yeah, seventh, eighth. Yeah,
6th, 7th, and 8th.
sixth,
seventh, and eighth.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Okay, and that's the first week of July,
July 1 through 5.
1 through 5. Oh wow! So 4th of July is in there.
Correct.
Yes.
They would be with us on the 4th of July.
Ah, do you do a 4th of July thing?
Yeah, kind of. We do.
Yeah, we do some special stuff for 4th of July and try to light off some fireworks as long as there's not a fire ban in place.
Ah,
Correct.
Okay. All right. All right.
And
So
then the following week is the high school week,
okay.
and that's July 8th through the 12th.
July 8th to 12th.
And
high
that
school.
one's our popular week, typically.
Ah, most popular.
Yeah,
Okay. And so that is for going into 9 through 12.
correct.
Yes.
I'm understanding the formula.
Yeah. And the high school kids who work for us, we do have high school kids who work for us. We have quite a few applications this year, which is wonderful. They do a lot of the behind the scenes work, from kitchen staff to setting up activities, assisting the counselors. So if they work a week, they will often get a discount to come high school week.
Oh, nice.
So that is an incentive. And the longer you
Yeah.
work for us, you get a different incentive every time. So if you come
Ah.
back another summer, we give you more pay.
Oh, very nice. Wow, that seems like an ideal job. If I was in high school, that's what I would want to do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. And I should also mention that we don't require you to, ideally we want you to work all of the weeks, but if there's a week in there that maybe you have something planned already, you could come and only work 2 or 3 of those weeks.
Okay, so you're flexible.
Yes.
Okay.
We try to adjust to people's schedules.
Very good. All right. Is there another event?
This is all we've got
Okay.
going on right
All right.
now, and
Well,
it's
that's
all
a
we can
lot.
handle right now.
No worries. I'm going to do a station break and then we'll just come back and talk about some stuff in general. Okay, so let's see. We want to talk about Southside Drug Company. They are right there in the downtown square.
Located at 1000 Main Street in the heart of downtown historic Springfield lies Southside Drug Company, which has delivered hometown-friendly service since 1919. They offer compression stocking fittings, nebulizers, monthly care packs, get your medication rolled into strips or perforated packs, and free delivery within city limits. My favorite healthy cafe for breakfast and lunch. Weekdays, go in, try their real fruit blueberry smoothie. Store hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Visit SouthsideDrugCo.com. Be sure to tell them Lee Marie sent you.
All right, we're back in studio with Heather and Roger Dunn, and they are with Coldstream Christian Camp, which is right there in Adams. And give them the location exactly in Adams. So
Yeah, so we're at 4730 Goodman Road in Adams. It's right off of Port Royal Road.
okay, all right, yeah. So I see it. I go to Wild Dock over there in Clarksville, and so now when I drive back from Wild Dock, I see your place, and hey, awesome. So that is not too far at all. Maybe what 35 minutes from here.
Not even that.
Not even.
Probably about 20 minutes from here.
Ooh, all right. I gotta see how you're going because it takes me 35. Of course, I'm that way about 15 minutes, so that's why. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's see. What else can we? Do you have any volunteer opportunities coming up, or?
We definitely always have volunteer opportunities. We look for anybody who wants to give a little bit of time, and it doesn't have to be a specific plan day. But if you have some time and you're looking for a project, maybe even your group is looking for a project, we have plenty of those that you can work on. Again, just contact me at that phone number, the 615-696-2208, and we'll work out a time that works best for you and with us as well.
Do you have like home? What are they? Boy Scout groups that come and do a project there or anything like that?
We do. We actually work. The Grove Church in Greenbrier sponsors a Trail Life troop, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's basically a Christian version of the Boy Scouts. So they do a lot of the same types of things, and they they do camping, they work on badges, they do all of that, but it's Christ centered.
Nice.
So
I got to have them on the show. So
Yeah,
please
and-
send me their contact information because I've been trying to get the American Girls.
I was going to say the American Heritage Girls.
Yes.
Yes, the Grove Church also
And I would like to.
sponsors
Oh,
them
they
too.
do. They do. All right. I'm going to call the Grove Church today. If you're listening, Grove Church, because we definitely need to hear about both of those groups.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And actually, they're one of our partners on the fishing rodeo. So they're going to be set up, and they're I know the Trail Life troop is going to be volunteering to help, and then they're going to be passing out information on how you can get involved and
And
join
the boys
the troop.
are actually going to be camping the night before, right?
Yeah.
Oh. So is the boy club called Trail Life?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, and then the girls is American Heritage Girls.
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I got that lingo down. Very cool.
So any type of planned volunteer events that we have, again, that's going to be advertised through our Facebook page. At this point, we typically do a spring volunteer day, but we don't have one planned at the moment because we did one in the fall. One thing I will highlight about our summer opportunities, we are still in need of some musicians to lead worship for. We do during day. Well, basically every morning we have chapel, and we do a little bit of worship there, and then every evening, as a camp, we do a time of worship. So we are, unfortunately, our worship leaders from last summer are not going to be able to come back. And so right now we're looking to probably this summer just piece together each week. I think we still have needs during our day camp and elementary week, but we are looking to turn this into more of an internship type of position where we can bring somebody on board that will oversee the worship. That way they can work in conjunction with our teaching team and just try to, line
I
up
may
the
have some
worship.
ideas for you.
Okay, great.
Great.
Because WSGI starting January 1st, we now are doing good old gospel music. So we don't have programs playing. We're playing bluegrass, gospel, quartets, just the good old stuff. And so because of that, we're starting to have a lot more local artists have been reaching out to us saying, hey, will you play our songs and let us know if we can come play live and all that kind of stuff. So within that, there might be some
Musicians.
Yes.
Yeah,
which we
that's
would
great.
need.
Very good. All right.
Well,
Well,
we need a job during the week. We might have one for you.
yeah, that would be a great fit for some of them that I'm already thinking of some in my head. So great. Okay. Well, the Go Show, as you know, is your source of information, inspiration, and always some dates to add to your calendar. So we definitely gave you some great volunteer opportunities and also some great camps. Share this information, with your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors. Get the word out because we don't always know about it. It's kind of tucked over there in Adams, and so it's not immediately in our scope. So we want to make sure we get this word out. A couple things for this week. So I always give you some local nearby things to do. This Friday at 8:30 a.m. is the library's meeting. And yes, the library doesn't open until 9. So you need to go on the side door on White Street and go ahead and go in there. I know they're voting on their budget. And I hear that they're asking for quite a bit more, like $150,000 more. So if you're concerned about or you want to, see what's going on, it's always a good thing to be going to this stuff. So again, that's the Stokes Brown Public Library this coming Friday morning, which is the 8th, and that is at 8:30 a.m. Also, this Friday starts Weekend to Remember Nashville, and so that is for adults. It's a marriage group, Weekend to Remember, and it's put on by Family Life. And that is this Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. I've gone several times. I love it. And it's going to be at the Franklin Cool Springs Marriott. So not too far, just a little bit over an hour. If you need a discount code, you can try this one. It's all caps. Look up LOOKUP. Again, that's LOOKUP. You could save some money on your conference registration, perhaps if it's still working. But I highly recommend, no matter where your marriage is, if you're a new person, if you've just signed divorce papers, they've literally had people there that just signed divorce papers that have turned their marriages around. So like they like to say, if you're not working on your marriage, you're working on your divorce. So you want to make sure that you are working on your marriage. And they have this, every state almost has a Weekend to Remember by Family Life. So you can go on no matter where you're listening and see where your closest one is. I know they have a few different ones in the Tennessee area. I believe Knoxville and then Louisville, Kentucky has them. So, but this one is real close to us. This one is called Weekend to Remember Nashville, even though it's in Franklin, but I guess that's the closest, biggest thing. So anyways, we hope you will check that out. And I'll also be posting some stuff on the Lee Marie Facebook page, as I always do, and I find family-friendly events that would be good to tell you about. I try to post those because there is so much going on in this county. There really is. And so we don't want you to be home alone. We want you to get out, make friends, be the salt and light, invite people out to stuff. There's so many amazing churches. That's one thing I just love about this county. Every time I go to a new church, I'm like, oh, I like that one even better. Like it's just, you can always find something. And but anyways, today's Wednesday, which means there's a lot of midweeks going on, so you can scope that out. I know South Haven has their big Journey to Recovery night tonight for all ages, and they've had so much success with that. So anyways, and then also I did want to tell you that John and Shannon Baumgartner are going to be doing a free 14-week series on this book, Biblical Foundations of Freedom. And they're going to be doing that in Greenbrier. And so I'm going to post that information as well. John and Shannon recently went to Alaska, and that's where Wellspring Ministries is located. And they got to go through the training. They actually also got healed of some stuff too. So their testimonies are powerful. This book is a life changer. So they are going to be doing. Brother T. Rawls, thank you so much for having them out to your church in Greenbrier in March for a 14-week series. And Shannon said, you don't have to go every time. Like it'd be great if you can, but they are standalone sessions as well. So, try to go to as many as you can. I've been, and they are fabulous. All right. So we have 30 seconds left. Is there any parting words? You want to give your phone number one more time, or?
Yeah, definitely. So you can always reach us at 615-696-2208. You can find us on Facebook, Coldstream Christian Camp. We also have a website, www.coldstreamchristiancamp.org.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate that. And I'm so excited to be telling our local people about all these opportunities. Again, guys, get your kids unplugged from all these electronics and get them to one of these camps right here in Adams, in beautiful Adams. So thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you.
All right. You guys have all been listening to 1100 WSGI, and make it a great day.